Hi class, welcome back to another episode of Learning in Information Communications Technology. This is your ICT teacher again, Jerilyn S. Biswenya. Last time we already talked about operating systems, and you already know that the OS that we are using right now is GUI, or Graphical User Interface, meaning we can just drag and drop and just click using our mouse the icons that we have in our desktop. This time, we will be talking about the file management. Our learning competencies this week are illustrate the systems of file management and illustrate how data is stored on storage media. Here are the basic concepts of file management that you should know. File management. It deals with storing of files and folders on a computer. File management is the same with storing your clothes on your cabinets. It should be well organized. Folders. These are stored on a drive in a computer. Data is stored on and retrieved from a disk drive. What we have here, the Windows C, Recovery D, and New Volume F are disk drives. Another term is file path. It shows the location of where a file, a web page, or other item is located on the computer. What we have here is an example of a file path. Letter F here stands for the drive or the disk drive, usually indicated with a letter. Next, we have a folder where the file is saved, its subfolder, the name of the file, and then the type of file given by the file extension. What are file format and file extension anyway? When we say file format, it is the layout of a file in terms of how the data within the file is organized. A particular file format is often indicated as part of a file's name by a file name extension, and the extension is separated by a period from the name it contains, 3 or 4 letters that identify the format. Here are examples of file formats and its file extensions. So first we have the word processor and text file formats. Others call this as documents. We have the file extensions .doc and .docx for Microsoft Word, .odt, .pdf, .text. Another is the spreadsheet file formats, using, for example, the Microsoft Excel. File extension is .xls and others. Presentation file formats, using the Microsoft PowerPoint. So we have the extension .ppt or .pptx, and for other software like PowerPoint Slideshow is .pps and OpenOffice .odp. Video file formats. So we have here different video file formats like .3gp, .avi, .flv, mp4, and others. Audio file formats, .mp3 as the most popular, .mid or .midi, and .wav. We also have file formats for images, .gif, .ico, .jpeg or jpg, .png. Internet-related file extensions, or others call this as web pages. We have .css, .php, .html as the most common. Another is executable file extensions. For Android, package file. For your phones, .apk, .exe, and .jar. And for compressed file extensions, we have that rar and that zip. If you have observed, the file extension depends on the software that you will be using. So let's go back here with the file extension of the compressed file. If you are using WinRAR, then the file extension is .rar. However, if you will be using another software for compressing, the zip is .zip. Okay, so for creating and naming folders and files, all we just need to do is first, let's create a file or a folder here in the documents. Click or right click and then select new and then select folder. Have here new folder. All we just need to do is to rename the folder. For example, we will name the folder as practice. And then click enter. That's it. You already have the folder. Okay, let's proceed with copying a file. Copying a file meaning creating a duplicate of the file. So there are 3 ways in doing so. Let's start first with the most common. So steps, click the file that you want to copy, right click, and then you have here copy, then to paste, right click again, and then click paste. Okay, you have it here, your copy of the file. Second way is using your keyboard shortcut. So click the file and then on your keyboard click Ctrl and C. Again, Ctrl and C, and then to paste, Ctrl and V or Ctrl and V. So you have the next file. And the third way is to using your mouse drag and drop. So click the file that you want to copy. On your keyboard, click Ctrl and then with your mouse hold your left click and then drop. Ctrl on your keyboard, hold your left click and then drag and then drop here on your file or in folder. Okay, let's check if you have a copy. There, you got it. Aside from creating and copying, we can also delete a file or remove a file. So there are 2 ways. Just click the file that you want to delete, right click, and then you have here delete. Click delete, and then your file is gone. And the second way is using again your keyboard. Click the file and then on your keyboard press there the word or the key delete, and then your file is done. So we're done with our discussions. To check if we have your learnings, then let us practice first. So we have here our folder. And remember, this is again our file path. And then we have here our files. So can you identify the file formats on these files? Now let's start with Gantt.xlsx. What do you think is the file format? Correct. This is a spreadsheet file. Another, we have this setup.zip. This is a compressed file. Another file we have ict7 w627.docx. So its file extension is .docx, meaning this was created using the Microsoft Word. So this is a Word or a document format. Another we have Introduction to Computers.pptx, meaning this is a PowerPoint. So this is a presentation file. Very good. Another we have .mp4. So this is a movie, meaning this is a video file. You also have last.pdf. So last.pdf is an image file. Reg repair setup.exe. So when you say exe, meaning this is an executable file. And lastly, we have the Taylor Swift song Safe and Sound .mp3. So this is sound file. I hope you got it all right. In that case, then I think you're ready. On your own, you may answer our learning activity sheets on file management, answer activities 1 and 2, as well as reflection. Once you're done, again, same process. It may be sent offline using USB or online through Messenger or email on my account. So that would be all for this week. God bless you all and keep safe.